Hello everybody and welcome to the Dice Tower blog of Essen Spiel, or the Spiel-Essen 2022. Today is day one of the fair. You've already seen us getting set up and everything.
Thursday morning, Mike and I are going to be heading over here via subway here just shortly. We did survive. Something that I learned for the first time is that in Germany it's quite apparently customary to have this card holder by the front door of your hotel room, wherein if you don't stick your card in there, you don't have power.
We're now experts in the subway travel after having made it successfully from the Messe back to our hotel last night. So
Buy or sell, unsupervised.
I'm basically German now.
And it is actually still an hour and 15 minutes before the fair opens. There's a lot of stuff going on. Everyone's coming in, doing last minute setups on the booth. I'm the only one here right now because everyone else ran around a little bit before it starts, but we'll get going. Let's take a look at the fair.
This is why I come to Essen. I mean, where else are you going to be able to find neon orange juggling pins?
We've got, of course, all the booths still prepping a little bit. Most folks ready to go. A few people walking around. And as we look over here, we're going to see all of the demoers for Queen Games getting ready with their games, setting up, preparing their stations for the day ahead. Before the hall opens up proper, we're looking around at some of the stuff here. This is just an awesome store. They have a ton of German editions of games that, you know, the things that I've never seen before. Mike was pointing out Love Letter Big Box, which I've never seen. If you've never laid eyes on the German Zoc edition of Sushi Go, it is a thing of wonders.
Gorgeous.
Terrifying. Man, just so cool to see all these Cosmos 2-player line and all of the Amigo small box games over here. Just so fun to see stuff that you don't normally see.
We heard the cries, everybody. This was not a personal thing. We left out Chip Theory in our vlog footage, and I have no idea why, but they have a fantastic presence here at Essen as well. And you can see Burn Cycle and all of their other games like Hoplomachus Victorium, which they are clearly going to be showcasing as well. You've got the crew getting ready for the onrush. We have not quite opened yet, but Chip Theory is here in full force.
Bezier has quite the line already. We're still 20-30 minutes until proper opening. Isn't that right, Mike?
That sounds about right. I think they're saying that although 10 o'clock is the official open time, that they oftentimes will let people in a little bit early. So.
Oh, look at this All-Star Draft. I really like this one. This is a game that I don't know if it's gotten any release in the US, generally speaking, but it's fun to just kind of look around and see. I have no idea what this is, but it looks like a Lego block booth, and I'm all for it. I'm going to dive in.
Here we see the Itten Games booth. This is one of my favorite publishers. They do a lot of really cool party-style dexterity games. They're going to be bringing the Fun Brick series, which was originally only available in Japan. Now they're going to be bringing it to the States. It's coming to a Kickstarter soon. So good stuff here. Love to see them represented at the Essen booth as well.
All right, just opened. Feels like everyone's power walking everywhere.
That's true. Do not run.
Well, almost everyone's power walking.
This is completely normal. Completely normal. Nothing out of the ordinary about this. Someone is out-hatting Tom Vassell. Oh, it stopped. Something's wrong. Oh, we're good.
It's a dream come true.
A dream come true. Well, thank you very kindly. Brought the Dice Tower Kickstarter puzzle here to have a sign at our area. Look at that. Look how meticulous and well thought out this was. Thank you so much.
Some of the joys of coming to a convention like this is you get to meet absolutely amazing people like Dr. Anna Wassenberg. Hello!
Hello!
Thanks for coming out to the booth and saying hello to all of us. How have you been?
Well, it's been a crazy couple of years. You know, I don't want to say the word, but so I'm so happy to see all of you again and to be able to do this again.
It is very exciting. Great to meet you. Also, there's Ben Maddox. He's okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? God, I can actually see myself. I look terrible.
You want to look worse? Stand next to me. Oh man.
Oh, I feel so young and
This is
fresh
not even
now.
fair to Ben at this point.
So here we are out in the big hallway, and as you can see, there is a whole lot more people here than there was before. It's getting more crowded as I move farther down. I'm heading towards Hall 4, just to kind of see what's down here. And I'm tempted to get some sort of lunch or ice cream, but I'm gonna hold off for now because I had a pretty big breakfast. Kids area here, they're getting wrapped in toilet paper. So lots of fun things going on. And the crowds, and this is still day one, the crowds will get more as time goes by.
I'm very surprised that there's room to breathe. I was told that to not expect shoulder space,
Right.
knee space, lung capacity.
Correct.
I was told to expect to have to basically cry.
So here's a booth that Tom and I always like to visit. They have a lot of gorgeously produced wooden abstract games. Every year they come out with some new ones, and while they are certainly not cheap, they are lovely and often very interesting games.
It's certainly busy, but it's not quite as densely packed as I was expecting, and I'm happy for that.
I agree with that. Oh, I want a Pikachu hat.
Oh, there's another one. They're everywhere, Chris. I'm with you.
Demoing the unconscious mind.
You would be needing to play that card with one of these icons in the future, but that's in your hand for now.
Right, okay.
They're all pretty good.
So here we've got some of the crew playing Unconscious Mind. Gorgeous artwork. Looks pretty good from over here.
Unlock that bit at the end. Yes. Hang on. Okay. We're almost there. Then you move one.
2, 1, 2, because I got the full row to activate now. See? That's how you do it, Mike. That's how you do it.
I'm staring directly into the sun.
Yes.
Food trucks out here in Essen are fantastic, allegedly.
Yeah.
We got into a shorter line on some of the stuff
did.
inside.
We did.
But oh my gosh, the bratwursts are no joke.
They're not a joke. There's nothing funny about them, Chris. They're deadly serious, these bratwurst.
As is the rest of Germany. The Pandasaurus booth is full. The Fox Experiment is very filled up. A lot of people playing Nacho Pile and the Wolves. Very neat looking booth.
So we're in Hall 6 here. Hall 6 is like the kind of the Ameritrash hall. There's miniatures and stuff. Here we hear Vallejo Paint, and we see someone is teaching people how to paint. You can come and paint miniatures here.
There's a whole Pokemon booth out here, and they sure know how to advertise, leading with Pikachu. But oh my goodness, they have plushies almost as cute as our Nacho the cat.
Well, this is a really interesting thing here. It's called Pinta Monas, Paint and Play, Just Play Painting Miniatures. It's a board game about painting. I don't get it. It's so fascinating. So it's coming to Kickstarter. So that's an interesting one. I'm definitely going to look out for that when it comes to Kickstarter.
A Yu-Gi-Oh booth over here. That is the throne of Yugi, and the chair of O. I need to leave. I don't know enough about Yu-Gi-Oh. Ooh, nice hair, folks. I'm not going to be able to show off every single booth here, but this one I love. This is Bicycle and Dominion, and yes, Altenburger. That is their initialism. But I am a bit of a collector of decks of cards myself. Z being a bigger collector than me, but I am enjoying the look of quite a few of these cards myself. Well, we film a lot of fun stuff, looking around, and this is where we spend most of the time, here in the booth. Meeting with people, rocking the Yoshi t-shirts with Uli. Uli has a storied history with the Dice Tower. I won't tell that story. I'll save it for another day. But he has a storied history with the Dice Tower. Oh, I realize that sounds really terrible. That sounds really bad.
Well, this is an awesome thing. It's a 3D planet for Mission Red Planet. Look at that. That's really cool. This is at Hunter and Friends, the very, very popular German YouTube channel. Probably dwarfs the Dice Tower. What a neat thing.
So Rathskellers is nice enough to let us have that booth space over there that you've seen. But I might as well show off some of the Rathskellers booth as well. You can see some of the awesome tables that they're showing off. They have the swatches of the different kinds of fabrics and stuff. Oh, I guess that there's like this demo table is 20% off. So I can take 20% of it and walk off right now for like also, I mean, the Rathskeller's booth is just, it's an impressive piece of engineering. The fact that they have this set up and we don't have to set up our own booth is such a boon. It's so nice, I'll tell you that. And you can see this is kind of like the table that we have at the streaming studio. We have a slightly larger one, but I guess that's the motto, the phalanx, because some people ask that from time to time. You can see the color changing lights, and those are really good actually because they're dispersed lighting. It's not straight into your eyeball, so that's a really good move actually. And so yeah, the Rathskeller's booth, really helpful and really kind, and thank you to them for letting us have our booth space over here.
Here you can see this is Hall 5. I'm coming out of Hall 6. Hall 5, soccer there below, wormwood tables over there, all kinds of stuff. Let's move in.
Self-control. Supposed to be going to the blue-orange booth to meet with them about games and such, but how can I not? How can I take my eyes off of you? Everything you've done for me has been so beautiful and mesmerizing. Yeah! Look at the adorable kids section over here of the Kinderspiel section of Days of Wonder with Unlocked Kids and Ticket to Ride Ghost Train. I really cannot recommend Unlock Kids enough.
Great area here for hobby games where they've got some nice demo areas. They're not filled right now, but I think especially over the weekend, the next couple of days, there's going to be a whole bunch of families that are demoing these games. But look how inviting. This looks almost like a preschool or a playground here. And if I was a young child, I imagine that this would be a very, very enticing area. And it's very cool to see how well represented children's games are here at Essen. You see it at Gen Con to an extent, but it's a much smaller extent. This does seem to be a much more family-focused convention.
Look at that giant floating blue-orange. Welcome to the world of games.
Before coming to Essen, I was under the impression that halls 1 and 2 were supposed to be the busiest halls, but from my anecdotal experience here, Hall 3, as you can see there in the distance, Hall 3 to me is by far the busiest hall.
The blue-orange booth here has several of our most anticipated games. Disc Cover, Next Station London, which I really love, Gummy Land, Mecha Dream. There's just a ton of really cool looking games. Someone recommended to me Wonderwoods. I need to learn a little bit more about this one.
It's similar in some ways to Gen Con, so I have some frame of reference there, but it's as if every single hall here was the Gen Con exhibitor hall. And so you've got basically that level of humanity and that level of board game presence multiplied by 5 or 6. And so while I feel like I have some familiarity with a convention of this size, this is another level. I have to say, this is another level, and it's only the first day.
This is normal. This is, oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! Ow!
You always know when Repost Productions is in the house.
Noah is about to do something
rice. Pick a coin. Oh, but you want a high five. But it was amazing. Thank you.
All right, Dom, now it's your turn. Do a handstand.
Oh, I will. You're using special effects, right?
Chris, edit in a handstand.
So I just got to demo Dogfight. This is a Carlo Rossini game set with the Caesar and Blitzkrieg that Paolo Mori had done. This is a simultaneous reveal game. This is a prototype, but actually an enlarged prototype. Players will choose simultaneously tokens to play, move that number of spaces, and whoever is behind the other gets to shoot at each other. Very simple, but lots of expansions and various different planes you can play with. Interesting first demo round. This is interesting. This covered walkway, you can see what actually used to be the open walkway where trucks were driving through just yesterday.
He's got these separated halls. So for example, this is hall 1, I believe, I think. And you've got kind of like this covered walkway that leads into hall 3. But then also, you've got the doors that just kind of lead to these kind of between the halls areas. And it's where people will, you know, sometimes come out and just get some fresh air, maybe get outside of the hustle and bustle of what's happening inside those halls. I have been enjoying stepping out when I can just to get some fresh air and, you know, a little bit of the sensory overload lessons out here. All right, so here's Kenny again signing a card. He has been all day signing things at the booth.
Look at this.
Every 5 minutes, Kenny is signing something. This is ridiculous.
Kenny is the reason we're here.
We're gonna have to start a dedicated line. A dedicated line for Kenny signings.
1-800-KENNY-LOVE.
That's correct. I'll tell you what, you put that on eBay, buy it now, 3,000 euros.
All right, folks, well, that's the end of the full day one. There's still people in here. We still have 23 minutes, but we're ending the video now. Lots of cool things have happened today. You can see people are still talking, but it is dying down a little bit. It better be, because there was 1 million people here. There's not 1 million. Hey, thanks for watching our blog. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Tom Basil, and you've been watching the Dice Tower Go to Essen. Have fun.